Hello, Vigates. My name is Monica Leana. This is Books and Beauty, where I talk about books while doing my makeup. As you can see, my makeup is on, but I wanted to do this tag real quick because it's super quick, and I was like, I don't need to do my makeup while I'm doing this. But this is the Anti-TBR, which is basically books that you don't ever plan on reading. And I was like, you know what? I got some opinions on this. I'll just do this tag real quick. First one is popular books you never plan on reading. I would say like The Hobbit, Game of Thrones, Divergent, Hunger Games, Lord of the Rings, like all those books I'm sure are great, and I've seen pretty much all the movies / like shows to a lot of these like series and stuff like that. I've seen them and I like them, don't ever care to read them. Like, even though it would give me a lot more content, I don't care. Definitely Lord of the Rings, that sounds massive, and I'm like, no. The long movies are enough for me. Don't ever care to read it. Like, not even in audio books, like somebody reading it to me, I don't even care to do that. So I'm like, nope, never gonna happen. Classic books that I don't care to read: Shakespeare. I was forced to read was like Julius Caesar in like high school. Never will be made to read anything else from Shakespeare. I don't get the writing. It is very confusing to me. I barely understood Shakespeare Caesar. The only reason I even understood that is because we had class and they would talk about like what was going on. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have known what the hell was going on. Like, I cannot understand Shakespeare's writing, and I don't care to try. Like, it's not that remarkable to me. Like, I get it, like Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet, if that's Shakespeare, I don't freaking know. But anyways, all that stuff, don't ever care to read it. And I don't care if it's the greatest thing on earth. It's not gonna happen. Problematic author, Stephen King. And it's funny because it's not really because he's problematic. That's just one of the reasons where it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I never cared for his writing. Like, I don't care for his writing. I don't care for his thing. I think the movies are great. I'm all down for having like movie apps of like have his books, like, you know, like It, The Shining, all that other stuff. Misery, I love that one. But I don't care to ever read it. It sounds long and dull because apparently he does like a lot of descriptions. Like the It book is like 1,000 pages or something. I don't care. And apparently there's a gangbang scene at like the end. Why? So like, and then he uses the N-word apparently all throughout his books. Don't care. Do not care to read his books ever. And yeah, like, it's just, I've never cared to read them. And like, I don't care how popular they are. Don't care. And then the fact that he is problematic makes it like another reason of like, yeah, I definitely stand by my choice. Never care to read him. An author that I gave up on. The biggest one is probably Miranda. I have tried with like 3 different books, and I have never gotten through any of them. I end up looking up spoilers for all 3 of the books that I have like started. I just don't like them. Like, they have great premises, but then like halfway through, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care. So like, she is somebody that no matter how good the book sounds, I'm not gonna pick it up because I have DNF'd 3 or 4 of them. I tell you shit, that may have been 4 of them, and I don't know why I kept trying, but yeah, I've come to the conclusion, nope, not gonna do it. And the same thing with Lisa Jewell. I don't like her. Like, I know she's like supposedly the greatest author. Don't care. Like, I enjoyed one book I enjoyed from her, and then I tried I think like 2 other ones, and I was like, yeah, she is not for me. So like, yeah, Lisa Jewell, absolutely don't care, never gonna do it again. A genre that you don't care for, self-help. Don't care for self-help. I think it's very cheesy. Like, there's nothing wrong with people that want to read or listen to self-help books, but like, to me, I'm like, you're telling me information that I technically know. Okay, cool. I don't care. Like, I know this information, and I can understand certain snippets being kind of like, okay, that's this, yeah, I got you. That's a nice way to view life, or like maybe I didn't think of it that way or something like that. But other than that, everything is pretty much like everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. And some of it just sounds culty. And then just also, I'm an adult. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it. And you telling me that this is the way to be happy? No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, I'm going to be happy the way that I've decided to be happy. So don't care for self-help books. I think they're just cheesy as all hell. And also, a lot of those self-help gurus are a bunch of scam artists. So like, yeah, I don't ever care to put any money in their pocket. Another one is like celebrity memoirs. I just don't care. Like, I do like celebrities, and there's plenty of celebrities. Like, even my favorite celebrity, I can't think of one right now, but like, even if they put out a book, I wouldn't care to read it, just because I don't know. I just don't. I don't care to read celebrity memoirs. Like, the only memoirs I like to read about are like cults. They're the only ones that like fascinate me. Other than that, don't care. You could have had a tragic life, and it's like, that's sad. I'm glad you overcame it, but like, I just don't care to read it. And another one is middle grade. I'm an adult. I don't need to read middle grade. None of that stuff sounds appealing. Young YA, like romance or that's fine. I can do YA and everything like that. I don't gravitate towards them, but I can do YA. But middle grade, that's a little too young for me. I can't do it. Maybe if I have a child, I could possibly do it for like their benefit, but like in general, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not into that stuff. And then another one would be like, so I like horror, but I don't really like paranormal or monster horror. And the reason is because I don't find that scary. I think if I'm gonna do horror, I want it to be realistic, because like in a movie, that's fine, because you have like the graphics, you have the jump scares and all of that other stuff, you could feel it. But in a book, I do not get chills in a book. I do not get scared of a book. Definitely if it's monster or paranormal, I do not feel it. The only time I like horror is like realistic horror. So like, example, Tender is the Flesh. I'm not scared of that book, but it is horrific because it's about cannibalism. And I'm like, that is realistic. That could technically happen. People could eventually not have meat, so they decide to eat people like cattle. I think that's really realistic. And it's kind of like, that's scary to me. Even though it's like, it doesn't give me nightmares, but it's like, it's still a scary concept. So like, I'd rather do that than like this ghost that it's like, I know ghosts are not real. At least I don't believe in ghosts. So I'm like, it doesn't faze me as if I were to watch it in a movie. In a movie, it's scary because it's like that whole like, it's so dark and then they pop up or something like that. That's fine. But it's like, in a book, yeah, I don't care. Like, I actually get annoyed when like the plot twist is like, turns out it was paranormal or something like that. I'm like, yeah, you just ruined it for me. So like, don't care. Book you have but you never read. Oh, The Good House by, I don't even know how to say this author, Taneri Day. I'll put a picture up. But I got this book because it was like a buy one get one free, and I apparently kind of got recommended this book and that it was supposedly good. But I've come to the conclusion that I don't really like scary houses, and this is what this book is, I think, technically about, is about a scary house. And it's long. It's a long, big old book, and it's about a scary house. And I'm like, damn it, why do I have this book? I'm so mad at myself because I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to it. Maybe I'll get to it, but it's just like the fact of like, I don't know if I really will, just because I'm not into spooky houses. Like, they don't interest me at all. And it's long, because it's like, if it was short, I'd probably be like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and like get this over with. But I'm like, this book is pretty long, that I'm like, I don't know. Like, that is definitely a book that I have that it's like, I may possibly never get to it. I don't know. Like, I'm not looking forward to it. I want to get to it just for the fact of like, I spent money on it. But other than that, I'm like, oh no, I may not actually ever get to it. A series you're not interested in, or you DNF'd at some point. Dune, I love the show back in the day. I forgot what what year it was, but like I've seen, like it was like a 3-part show. I loved it so much. Do I actually care to actually read the book? That book is girthy, and I think there's like a few of them, and it's just like, no, I don't care to actually ever read it. And then a book series that I did start and then I DNF'd, and that is the what is it? The Serpent and the Dove. I read that one, and then it was Blood and Honey was the second one. I got a few pages into the second one, was like, you know what? I don't really care. Like the first book was like okay. Like I kind of got the hype. It was fine. It wasn't the greatest thing, but it was fine. I got to the second one and I was just like, you know what? I don't really want to continue this. I really don't want to continue this. So I brought that one back because I was just like, yeah, why am I starting this? Like I think I was like 20 pages in or something, and I was like, why am I going to subject myself to this? I don't care enough. So I was like, the first one was good enough, like that it was like, okay, I saw what people were talking about, like move on. So like that is something that I just DNF'd. And then the last one is the FBI series by Lisa Gardner. Lisa Gardner, I really like you as an author, but like, so why are some of your books really great and then some of your books kind of suck? Like I'm very disappointed in this one because I loved her DD series and I loved some of her standalones that I figured I would love the FBI series, and no. I have one book that I'm like halfway done that I'm like, I need to finish this, but I don't care. Sorry. So like that one just like really disappointed me. But anyway, so those were the 7 prompts of like anti-TBR, of like things that I'm just never gonna do. Like nobody even can convince me. I'm not gonna do them. Like I'm not interested. But anyways, I hope you have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.